If you found out your fiancé was hiding a legal document from his entire family, a document that directly affected your future, would you stay quiet to keep the peace, or would you say something? Because I said something. And now half the wedding party isn't speaking to me. My future mother-in-law cried in a restaurant bathroom for 40 minutes, and my fiancé is sleeping on the couch. So, was I wrong? Okay, let me back up. My name is not important, but you can call me the woman who apparently blew up her own engagement dinner. My fiancé, I'll call him Marcus, is the oldest of three kids. His family is close, like aggressively close. Sunday dinners every week, a group chat that never sleeps. His mom, Diane, has a key to every apartment any of them have ever rented. That kind of close. I came from a smaller, quieter family. We love each other, we just don't. Narrated in real time. So from day one I was adjusting, and honestly, I mostly liked it. The noise, the chaos, the fact that someone always showed up with food, I liked it. Marcus and I got engaged 8 months ago. We've been together 4 years. We're in our early 30s. We both have careers, some savings, some debt, normal stuff. About 2 months after he proposed, Marcus came to me with an idea. He wanted a prenuptial agreement. His reasoning was straightforward. His grandmother had recently passed and left him a significant inheritance. We're talking enough to matter, and he wanted to make sure that money stayed protected in the event it ever went sideways. I want to be clear, I was not thrilled. I'm not going to pretend I was. It stung, but I understood it, I signed it. We moved on, or I thought we did. Here's the thing he didn't tell me, he never told his family. 4 months go by, we're deep in wedding planning. Venue, catering, the seating chart that honestly almost broke us more than the prenup did. And Diane, his mom, starts getting more involved, which is fine. She's excited. She loves Marcus. She's been asking a lot of questions about our finances, about the house we're looking at, about whether we were going to keep the inheritance money in a joint account. And every time Marcus deflects, changes the subject, laughs things off. I'm watching this happen and thinking, he's going to tell her eventually, right? This isn't my conversation to have. Then came the engagement dinner, his whole family. Both his brothers, their partners, Diane, his aunt and uncle who flew in from out of state. It's warm, it's loud, it's everything. And somewhere between the appetizers and the main course, Diane raises her glass and says, and I'm quoting here, I just want to say how happy I am that Marcus found someone to build a life with. Someone to share everything with. That money his grandmother left him is going to give you two such a beautiful start. Everyone toasts, everyone smiles, and Marcus smiles too. And something in me just snapped, not in a dramatic way. I wasn't planning it, but I heard myself say quietly, actually, that money's protected under the prenup. It stays separate. Complete silence. Marcus's smile didn't fall, it froze. Diane put her glass down. His brother said, the what? And Marcus looked at me across the table with this expression I had never seen on his face before. Like I had just done something unforgivable. But here's my question. Was I supposed to sit there and let his mother toast to an arrangement that wasn't real? Let her believe we were starting this marriage with full financial transparency when we weren't? Let her find out later and wonder what else we kept from her? Diane excused herself. She was gone for 40 minutes, I know because I counted. Marcus followed her partway, came back, and did not speak directly to me for the rest of dinner. His brother, the middle one, Derek, actually leaned over to me at one point and said, you know that was a lot, right? And I said, I know, but she was going to find out eventually. Marcus didn't have an answer for that. In the car on the way home, Marcus finally talked. He wasn't yelling. He was worse than yelling, he was measured. He said, that was mine to tell, you took that from me. And I said, when were you going to tell her? After the wedding? He didn't answer, which told me everything. His argument, laid out later that night, was this: he was planning to tell his family before the wedding. He just hadn't found the right moment. The prenup was a private legal matter between the two of us, and I had no right to bring this into a family dinner without his knowledge or consent. And he's not entirely wrong. I do see that. The timing was his to control. I blindsided everyone, including him, in public at what was supposed to be a celebration. I can own that. But here's where I can't let go of it. Diane was mid-toast about money that she had fundamentally misunderstood. She thought we were building something together that Marcus had already legally separated. That's not a small misunderstanding. And if I'd stayed quiet again, I would have been complicit in keeping her in the dark. A few weeks later, Diane and I had coffee, just the two of us. She said she wasn't angry at me. She said she was angry that she'd been kept out of something that mattered. And then she looked at me and said, why did he tell you to sign it but not tell us? And I didn't have an answer for that either. Marcus and I are still engaged, still planning the wedding. But that question is sitting in the room with us now, and nobody's moving it. So here's where I land. I didn't lie. I didn't fabricate anything. I said a true thing in a room full of people who deserved to know it at a moment when staying quiet felt like choosing his comfort over their reality. But I also said it without warning, without his consent, and in front of his whole family at what was supposed to be a celebration of us. And yeah, I know how that sounds. I know what I did. I'm just not sure it was wrong. So, am I the problem here? Honestly, though, what would you have done? Comment below.